All right, welcome back. So what we've got for you today, hopefully we've been practicing the snatches. We're gonna go through the most common errors that you might be making in your snatch and how we can improve that. The first one is the pull, and specifically what we call the stripper pull, where your hips shoot up high and then you've got nowhere to go in the snatch. So it would look like this. When I go to snatch from here, I start, my hips shoot up and I get into this position. From here, I've got nowhere to go but throwing my hips forward and in turn throwing the bar out. That's going to make it harder to lock that bar in overhead. So what we're going to look at is how we can fix that. We've got two ways. The first one is to do a snatch with a pause on the way up. So you're going to focus on pushing with the legs to here, pausing for 3 seconds, and then finishing your snatch like that. It gives you time to feel the position, make sure you're in the right position, and then you can go. Your other way is to take the pause out, but go super slow on the way up. And that'll look like this. From here, starting, pushing with the legs, slowly, 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 and then adding your speed at the top of the lift. So if you are finding that you're shooting your hips up, making it really hard to snatch from there, do one of those two exercises or do both in series. Do the first one with a pause, the second one really slow, and hopefully that will eradicate that stripper pull and get you finishing up tall. We're going to look at the next common error that I find when people snatching. It's a little bit further up in the lift and it's an early arm bend. It stops us using the legs. So this is what it would look like if I do the snatch. Set here, arms bend, and then it makes it harder to get speed and leg drive when we do the snatch. So here's how we're going to fix it. We want the arms to stay long and loose and focus on driving the bar and the legs up all the way. So we're going to do a snatch pull. From here, when you set, it should feel like your arms are being pulled straight, pushing with the legs all the way, then finishing with the legs with a snatch pull. Then, translating that into the full lift, it's exactly the same process. Then we can drive the legs, add more speed, and have a better chance of locking that bar out overhead where it needs to be to complete the lift. Give that a go. Try 1 or 2 snatch pulls, 1 snatch, and hopefully our arms will stay relaxed and our biceps won't get tired. Okay, the final most common error, catching the bar and working your way down into a squat. So the big thing, people like to start to starfish, especially when you're beginning off and you're trying to move fast. This is what it would look like and why it prevents you going into the squat. And your feet jump out wide, you catch here. From this position, I can't go any lower. So here's how we're going to work on that. We're going to do 3 snatches. Each one's going to get progressively lower, and we're going to work on the footwork. So the first rep is going to be a high power snatch. Then you're going to squat down because your feet should be landing in the same position from power snatch to squat snatch. So we take a look here. I'm going to power snatch, catch and hold, continue down into my squat, get comfortable with a pause, then stand up. You bring the feet back in, set yourself again. This next one's going to be a deep power snatch, a little bit lower, squatting down into the bottom, pause, then up. And then the third lift, you're going to try and go as low as you can into that catch position, then stand up. On each one, add a pause. Get comfortable where you're landing. So here, the more time I spend in this position, and this position, when I add weight, I have more chance of catching it exactly the same. Give that a go. Let us know how you get on in the comments. And that is your 3 most common errors on the snatch.